As this round of the routine game session concludes, it is time to head into our final segment with a deep dive discussion on the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct and all surrounding discourse regarding its hardware and software. This is Option Select on Air's podcast segment. Here we have Zebra Boy, Habo, and as well Cam, if he wants. Okay. So again, we're gonna be talking about the Nintendo Switch 2 this week because the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct has a lot of content to unpack. There's a lot of worries, a lot of misconceptions, and I think we're gonna be talking about today. But we're gonna be starting off the topic on the console design and specs themselves. All right. So Habo, you can talk a bit about the console design if you may.
Hello. Console design. So basically, the design itself is almost as same as Switch. The original Switch is just a little bit bigger.
That's the main thing about
that's the main thing. And of course, LCD screen. The dock itself is gonna uprest like the upscaling all those to up to 4K and all those. 60 frames per second can up to 120 frames per second.
We covered that in the news segment. Come on, where's the opinion?
If you guys want more news specifically on the everything we mentioned in news segment, you can check it out over there.
I think personally, the Switch 2, the design is pretty clean, for my opinion at least. I think it's a bit I don't know how to describe it, but I like the use of the black with the Switch and then the innards of the colors of the original Switch, you know?
Yep.
I do agree.
Actually, now I wonder if the new Joy-Cons are going to have the same thing, but with the other colors, like with the purple and orange. That would be really nice, actually.
Maybe the future.
We don't know whether it's a different, what do you call it? We don't know about the sticks yet, right? So that's the only thing I can say. But like, hey, color-wise, I mean, it doesn't really matter for me, at least.
Yeah, fair enough, that's true. I'm more of an artist, so I just like the colors type shit.
I'm same with the Zimbabwe. The fact that they're using black
It's
as a main color, right? It makes like a very professional, like very elite
professional gamers.
Elite kind of like gamers, I think. Because black usually associate with like business, elite.
Oh, you're just playing it at home, bro. What do you mean professional?
But again, there is a demo out at US and people has been like using it for demo. They've been trying it. So far, they say that it feels good despite
good.
despite
the blackness.
Despite the black. I think the thinness is still there. But again, we need to see when the hands. We need hands-on by ourselves. They say it's good, but how good is it? We don't know.
Nintendo, why you're not here to give us hands-on, bro? I'm just saying.
Maybe it's
So I want to add one point, which is that the Switch 2 has a very good screen despite the LCD screen, right?
Yes.
A lot of people have brought out the OLED model just to compare. And one is that it's substantially brighter than the OLED and has HDR. So that really enhances the overall experience as a whole. As well as the refresh rate. Imagine playing Breath of the Wild at 60 FPS. We would never have that back in the day, bro. It is a good experience, guys.
The new generation is so spoiled.
Especially Tears of Kingdom. Like the art direction itself is so good, but it's stuck in 30 FPS. Maybe we get a Smash Ultimate Nintendo Switch 2 edition. Now we can have like Steve getting nerve.
So let's all not forget. You have to pay for a tutorial on how to use the Switch 2.
He's going there straight.
All right,
Oh my
speaking
God.
about that game.
Straight up, right
That
there.
game, we didn't actually mention too much. It was Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour. This game cost $10 and it's just a tour, an exhibition of every tech feature in the Switch 2. Imagine, you get to feel ice cubes times 2.
All right, rip them.
Why?
Why?
That's all I'm
Like
gonna-
Astrobot. Okay, I try to
Okay.
compare with.
I'm an Astrobot glazer. I just want to say that right now. That
Astrobot
Astrobot game.
PS5 based. I finished that in Chinese New Year. Good game.
It's such a good game, dude. But the moment I saw Nintendo trying to do the same thing, it's not exactly a platformer, It's more like mostly a tech demo. But the simple fact is it's a tech demo that we have to pay. It's just, what else can I say to that,
Yeah.
It's just bad. I don't want to.
When we compare to
I can-
like Wii, right? You go
I think people will pay for Wii Sports than this.
because
I spit facts, my brother.
Okay, the supposed lore that even Reggie Fils-Aimé, the ex-president of USA of Nintendo, has told They fought hard to pack in Wii Sports with the Wii. The Japan side was fighting back, bro. No way. People worked hard to get this game out. They deserve to get paid. And then you know what? The Western side, poggers, they got the goddamn game in the package. And I mean, Japan had to buy the game.
Yeah.
Anyways,
but yeah, even
I'm all for respecting work rights and all, but y'all making a tech demo. You just gotta remember that, man. Who is this for, man? You already bought the console, man.
What he said. Exactly what he said.
all right, that said, Welcome Tour seems to be a very interesting way to experience the entirety of the console's tech. But how much of this tech is actually going to be used in the next 7 years, I do not know. That said, what's the better game in this? This tech demo? A good old Mario Kart World! Woohoo!
Hell yeah!
yes.
I don't know Mario Kart at all, but hell yeah.
Hey, it's open world though. That's a selling point for me.
Yeah. Honestly, I wish Aiden was here so he could be so hyped about it, but like,
Yeah.
I actually have stuff to say on Mario Kart World this time. I've been watching a little bit about like competitive Mario Kart players' reactions to this, and like low-key,
They low-key hate it a bit.
no, but it's also kind of cool in some other cases because of the trick system being really interesting this time around.
Yeah, so let's talk about the main few things that visibly are different between Mario Kart World and Mario Kart 8. Mario Kart 8 has launched since 2014.
what the fuck?
All the way till now, it's an 11-year-old game. But the best thing is that it has 96 tracks and over 50 characters. You can't beat that. But Mario Kart World has a goddamn world.
A big world. Yeah.
The best part is that there's photo mode, there's probably collectibles, there's probably exploration. There's a lot of things, like surprisingly, a lot of players that are like the type to explore in racing games are very excited of this game. But in terms of the racing mechanics
games?
themselves,
You want to know what we can explore in racing games? Kirby Air Ride?
okay lah, let's be fair. Let's talk about
Ow.
Air Ride. Let's talk about Air Ride just a bit before we go back to Mario Kart World.
Alright.
Air Riders,
No.
developed by the Smash Bros. Director Masahiro Sakurai.
Hey,
Oh,
my
yes.
god! I love this game.
That game does not have any info. It's just a teaser trailer, but it looks so good. The trailer. So
It's a trailer. It's not even gameplay. It's a cinematic trailer.
I like
so-
how the beginning of the trailer looks like a Smash reveal.
the directing method is the same.
Sakurai, you motherfucker. You cheeky bastard.
Everybody I saw who reacted on that trailer popped off when the director was shown. Mad respect to Mr. Sakurai.
That there are so many racing games coming out at this late, right? Like Mario Kart,
Sonic.
Sonic
Sonic
Crossroads. I mean,
console.
obligatory Sonic fan. But yeah, I don't know why it has been this push lately. But like, I'm not really into like the kart racing genre too much. But like, I can appreciate that the fact that a lot of companies right now are like trying this genre again, like in the good old days, you know?
Yep.
But I have to preface, Kirby Air Ride is a single button game. It's A button
Oh.
only.
Really now?
That is way.
That's perfect for
The
Smash
old
players.
one.
What do you mean?
No, it's perfect for Nair players. What do you
It's
mean?
perfect for Sonic players too.
Yeah, it's perfect for us. That doesn't change anything.
Perfect for everyone here.
All right, but getting back into Mario Kart World, they have rail grinding and wall jumping,
What the
which
fuck?
is what? Also, they switched out diving and gliding
Yep.
for like plane gliding and motorboating,
It's
basically.
basically Sonic Transform.
It's just transform. It's not just
yeah,
transform.
yeah.
You can also multiple trick if there's enough air.
I was going to say, you can trick off people as well.
How?
True, yes, you can bounce
off
off of people
you
and
can bounce
trick.
people to trick on them.
Oh,
Yeah,
I didn't
That's
see
why I was
that.
like, wait, this trick system kind of cool though.
What the?
We can bounce off people. Oh, that's another interaction. I didn't see that.
Yeah, so if you rail bounce off of a rail, which
Yeah.
gives you boost, you can hop onto a player and trick on top of their
That's
heads.
just mean.
Also,
that sounds so
also,
mean.
I mean the items are whatever. For example, lightning now doesn't hit everybody in the race; it hits everybody above you. But
Oh.
also one factor is that if you have a roof above your head, it does not affect you.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. So it creates some sort of like a way to dodge the lightning because
Yeah,
like,
you can
it's so
strategically
annoying.
dodge it, as
Yeah.
well as the fact that one thing you have to notice: the graphics in this game is crazy. They added so much graphical improvement from the previous game. They have. You know how like Wonder had a lot of like sound effects with text whenever things happen.
Yep.
They did the same thing for Mario Kart World. You throw the blue shell, it goes kaboom
Boom.
with text written right there. You throw the guy with a coin shell, golden coin shell, bursts with coins. Again, the sound effects coming out. It's dang cool. Is it $80 worth though?
We need to wait until
We
this
have to
17
talk
though.
about the elephant in the room right now.
I mean, the elephant in the room is pretty big, man. Don't you think?
Another factor is that there are cheeseburgers in this goddamn game. You can tap out in this game and transform costumes.
There is Moo Moo Meadows cow. That's all I'm saying.
Cow!
The moo.
No, the cutest like animal of all the Mario series.
Oh man.
Okay.
What? Okay, that's debatable.
Everyone's going
Pathetic.
crazy.
You could go for others. Okay.
All I'm saying is there is a particular Twitter account that's very, very happy.
Cow. Yes.
in Mario Kart playable.
All right, but Mario Kart World will get a direct next week. We'll get more clarity on why this costs so much. We'll see about that one. But what other games are you guys excited for?
I want to say one more funny thing about Mario Kart. All right. Hear me out. Mario Kart 8 is the Smash Ultimate of Mario Kart. So, with Mario Kart World being the next evolution, what do you do for Smash?
Switch 2 version.
Screw you.
Smash
Screw
Bros.
you.
Ultimate Switch 2 version.
Hell nah, bro. Hell nah.
Yo, because like Smash Ultimate is already really good. I can't see how they can expand on it unless Sakurai makes like
I don't think Sakurai.
They just make it open world.
No. You know what they should do? They should make it have a single play mode as a 3D platformer.
that is
Ooh.
like
Subspace. That's
No,
subspace.
but better.
But better.
But better.
Now with more dimensions.
If they
Okay,
have budget
remember
for it.
that mod where we're not talking about too much, but like when people can start moving three-dimensionally in this game, that was
sounds
cool.
so
But
fun.
imagine if Smash did that. We don't have to. Smash is still good. We just want a reboot in a sense.
There's actually a good example of this. Tekken 8 story mode. There you can
True.
play its characters in 3D form, and it's like a little weird, but you know it's really cool also because it also becomes a Warriors game.
Musou in my Smash Brothers.
We're not far off, honestly.
Anyways, back on topic on like.
What other game do you want to mention, or do you want to still continue World?
Not much. I'm really that excited for.
Deltarune though, Deltarune.
I'm not that excited for Deltarune, the new chapters. In all honesty, because I've been waiting for like all the other stuff. I'm just like numb to it at this point. But like it's quite nice. But then Silksong. Listen, I'm kind of more excited for Silksong than Deltarune.
All right, every single direct people joke. Silksong bila, Silksong when, Silksong now this year, and we don't know when.
Showed up for 5 seconds,
this
by the
year.
way.
Then even they even have a 3 extra screenshot.
Anyone follow like Hollow Knight content creation, bro? This one guy Mossbag made a 30-minute video on 10 seconds of Silksong footage.
I feel like it was less than 10, not gonna lie.
It was less.
It was 9.
All right, I'll put out a few games and you guys can pick which one to talk about, all right? So obviously with the I'll start from like the multi-plat games. We have Split Fiction, Cyberpunk, Street Fighter, and then Hogwarts Legacy. I don't think anybody here wants to talk about that, but cool.
No.
We
I
have
love magic.
we have Donkey Kong Bonanza. We have Kirby and the Forgotten Land with its new DLC. We have Mario Party Jamboree with new DLC. I don't know if anybody of you want to talk about that, but
New DLC. If we want to play the new DLC, I guess we might to buy the camera because you see one of the game mode is basically having a camera then
Camera
punch it.
sounds so fucked up.
Yeah.
The way I.
oh, that is true though. The Mario, supposedly the camera costs about 20 to 30 bucks or maybe even more. But there's a Hori camera that's shaped like a piranha plant and you can get that.
This guy throwing third party, I respect it. Sometimes.
Yeah, but I don't know if we can turn off the camera features in Mario Party, the upcoming Mario Party
Just
Jamboree.
disconnect the camera, bro.
Yeah, but I just afraid that it's a compulsory from Nintendo's part.
No,
Yeah.
it's pretty sure like a mode lah. You have to attach the mode and they'll be like attach the camera, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Yippee! Now Nintendo can spy on us now. Let's go.
But then again, they have
They can spy
a
on
lot
us in
more.
15 FPS.
Yeah, they have a lot more mini games like such as the mouse and all those. So yeah, I'm happy with
I
more
wonder
mini.
how
But
the
you
mouse-
talking about 15 FPS, the game chat is just Nintendo Discord all over again with the gameplay in the background at 15 FPS.
It's something
I actually do have something to say on this. Credit where credit is due. I don't think a lot of people appreciate how nice is it to actually consolidate this on a console for a lot of the normal people around. right? It's like, oh yeah, I can randomly talk to my friends who are also playing. You know, you just press the C button and then like connect to people, and like rather than doing all the Discord setup, buy a mic and all that, you just already have it on your Switch too, right? It's convenient in that sense. Quality wise, look, man, do you really care? You just want to see what the heck they're doing.
Yeah,
man.
at least Nintendo's being transparent of
I
the
love how
picture quality.
prior to the Nintendo Switch 2 reveal, everyone was like debating what did that mysterious C button did. There's so much such speculation. It's something about like, oh, it's probably a mouse features type shit. Yeah, and then when they actually revealed, I could hear
Game chat.
Shingen's disappointment. oh, it's chat. Okay.
Now, throughout the next 7 to 8 years, they can still add updates to functions, but C for chat, who knew?
Who
So
you?
is there a screenshot function on the?
No, the
controller?
screenshot button is still there.
Oh, it's still there.
It's basically Nintendo Switch
Oh,
1
okay.
upgraded version.
Okay.
Everything in
They,
Switch 1
they
should
just
be
added
there.
a C button.
That said, about the hardware, the Pro controller has custom buttons in the back. What do you think?
It would have been so good if it was still playing Fortnite, but
You could play Fortnite
I'm
again.
just thankful the Switch 1 Pro controllers can still work with Switch 2.
Oh yeah,
Provided-
backward compatibility. Yeah,
that's really
all
good.
the controllers from Switch 1 is backward compatibility. Okay, official controller from Switch 1 is backward compatibility to Switch 2.
No, those are guaranteed. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure the third party still works, just that a little less reliable, maybe.
yeah, maybe.
okay.
Okay.
Specifically talking about another little piece of hardware, while the microphone and the camera, if you're
We should
stationed
probably
across,
start talking about the mouse.
Oh, the mouse.
Yeah.
The mouse.
Ooh, there's so much potential in this
How-
fucking mouse feature. I just don't know how to DS game?
you can find out about that in Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour.
I don't know though. Like,
Also, crippled basketball.
Cripple. Oh yeah.
I seriously don't know how to feel
Should
about
we
that
talk
though.
about disabled Rocket League?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, disabled Rocket League. That's all I'm gonna say.
It's good that it represents those who disabled, but I don't know
I don't know.
who it's aiming towards
It kind
to.
of looks bland to me, right?
Oh, you were
Yeah.
actually
I
thinking
think
from that?
the main focus, I feel like the game was probably developed with just showing off the mouse features in mind rather than targeting a certain market,
Oh.
right? Like if you think about it, it's the only game in the market that's gonna come out where you need to use both Joy-Cons as a mouse,
Ah,
compared
yeah,
to
yeah.
like other games where you're probably just only using the right one, right, to aim,
Yep.
like in Metroid Prime 4. Side tangent, I've heard that like the mouse feature implementation in Metroid Prime is actually really seamless. You can use your stick to move, right, and then afterwards, I kind of want to aim instead. I'll just put it on some like maybe my lap or
Leg,
something,
yeah.
right, and immediately it just works.
Mm.
That's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
Metroid Prime 4 is confirmed to be that seamless.
I could play
So like
overkill.
you can like the way they demoed it is with a lot of standing desks and stuff, but you can use it on your lap easily. It just there's no setting. It just works.
What if like my pocket has a lot of like this bumpy stuff like phone?
Just
How does
put
that
That's
mouse
your
work?
problem, bro.
Just put-
That's your problem.
Just put a mouse pad on your lap. Easy.
Imagine, all right, new accessory idea, lap desks
From Nintendo.
From Nintendo.
for double the price it should be.
Double the. Oh.
All right, going back to
Oh,
Drag
so
and
old.
Drive. We actually never said the name Drag and Drive. Again, as Cam probably mentioned, they probably thought of this as a mechanic first and like a mechanically sound way of showcasing and letting people play the concept. Compared to ARMS, I think this has less world design thought into it, which is sad. I don't think this IP will last at all.
Definitely not.
I would rather have an ARMS 2 at this point,
Yeah,
but
honestly.
Drag and Drive looks cool. You can go for it like this, go like this for turning, and then you can do loops and hoops on the con.
All I'm saying is I watched a YouTuber say, why didn't we get legs?
But I think in terms of like gameplay interactions for the Switch user, I think they have been through like some play tests already. I think some people do like it because like they get to control like in a different way. Yeah.
There's one factor that I want to say is the 3v3 competitive vibe is actually really, really fun. The mechanics will have to get used to it. How many people actually want to sit down and play
Who knows,
this for
maybe
months?
the gameplay will actually be fun and might last.
No,
Then
I'm pretty sure
Nintendo-
it's fun. I'm
And then
pretty sure it's
Nintendo
fun.
just picks it back up.
All right, community, Drag and Drive community coming soon.
I know you sit like this.
Yo, guys, you want to play D&D?
No.
Also, sorry, one more thing. You know like how the ring is like, the edges are ramps and all? imagine like people can do some sick tricks with it, man.
It's
You know,
practically Tony Hawk at that point.
Yeah. Like imagine Tony Hawk, but you do like a 720 side flip before you do your dunk.
Can we do
Suddenly, drag and drive don't seem so bad. Huh?
Okay, going into some other games. As you mentioned, Metroid Prime 4 still not released on the Switch 1, but getting Switch 2 edition along with Pokemon Legends ZA.
Oh. I just watched a YouTube talking.
The sigh was long.
I just watched a YouTube
I-
talking about the graphics. of
I don't
Nintendo.
trust Game Freak with Pokemon anymore. I just want to say that right now. I don't really trust Game Freak.
Yo, this PS2 game looking crazy.
To be fair, the game looks dang smooth on the Switch 2, but they have lost so much faith throughout the Switch
Man,
generation.
I really want to get back into Pokemon. I really do. But
you really-
Game Freak is just making it so.
No, you know
fucking
what you
hard
can
to-
do? Play Pokemon Champions on your phone.
Oh shit! Yeah.
But you need to pay for Pokemon Home first.
Right. Damn.
Yeah, okay, not to diss Pokemon too hard, but like at the very least, we have a stable running version of Pokemon ZA, and I think that's just really enough for a lot of people.
Yeah.
A lot of people. I'm not one of them.
I think in the end, it's just a graphic.
whoa.
Yeah. If it's gameplay itself, I do heard people say it's really fun. It's just the graphic itself or the technical maybe bugs here and there. But the gameplay design, I heard that it's really good. Yeah, it's just a graphic.
You know what? At the end of the day, the gameplay is what matters, right? So,
Yeah.
Surely.
That's my copium
Yeah.
saying right now. On the Switch too.
Sure.
The graphics don't matter on Switch too.
Yeah.
The
But
graphics
it's way over the line. It should, because Xenoblade 3 is already setting a benchmark for how
Also-
far.
Also, are they
graphics-
saving the megas, the new megas on the release? Because I have not seen any at all. Imagine if they don't. I'll be so pissed.
To be fair, they barely just show details twice, 3 times throughout the past year.
Third
There's
time's a
still
charm.
time, but we do hope more megas are shown.
New megas, exactly. I
yes.
want Mega Eagle Slash. I need two swords. Two big swords. As a Pokemon.
Mega Aegis Last. Mega Dragonite.
Mega Dragonite? No. But let's talk about just a little bit. Switch 2 edition. Now, there is a misconception that people are saying Switch 2 edition games are going to cost me a lot and nothing is going to be on the game card. Now, people are misconstruing game key cards. A new term by Nintendo to define something that happened on the Switch 1, which is games that don't have the full game on the cartridge itself. Now, cartridges cost money to produce. Fair enough, third parties don't want to pay the whole price. They can just put the key and let you download it. To be fair, that's what NBA 2K did a long time ago. People hated it. It's still happening. Game key cards. Nintendo games are still mostly going to be entire cartridge full. You don't have to download anything except for DLC. But, you know.
Makes sense. I don't really got much.
I think I've only seen Nintendo ones. They're probably gonna have the full game on the card. I think I've seen Bravely Default and Street Fighter 6 have the game key card on the box art, right? Because they actually do label if it's a game key card version or like proper game version. So I don't know. There's not much for me to care about. At least like on the game preservation side, of course, it's better if you have the whole game on the cartridge. But at least it's not exactly something that I care as much about. But it's important for some people.
Yeah, especially like if your game itself.
Game preservation is important.
Yeah, you don't own the whole game. That's the thing. Like let's say,
That's so
like after
ironic.
8 years,
Game proposition
then,
with Nintendo. That's so ironic.
yeah,
They have their online systems, they got their GameCube initiated, got them sounds.
They're slowly getting into it. Okay? They're
This show is brought to you by Mansion Display System and Printing Services. Mansion is the venue in which we hold our weekly gatherings every Saturday, 2 p.m. onwards. Mansion offers a wide selection of backdrops, signage, and displays to bring your brand into the spotlight during events, pop-ups, and much more. For prints, display systems, and community venue, check out Mansion Display Systems and Printing Services today. Pixels Distribution is your leading videography, IT, and AI product distributor. Exclusively distributing for famous brands in the audiovisual industry like Sennheiser, Nanlite, Hollyland, and much more. Here in Malaysia, if you're looking to level up your production, whether it's live streams, photos, and video on a casual or professional level, Pixels Distribution is where it's at. Without the equipment loaned to us by Pixels, we would not be able to achieve this professional quality right now. So huge thanks to them. Offstage Malaysia is your local Nintendo-centric video game community in the heart of Klang Valley, featuring multiplayer games such as Mario Party, Mario Kart, as well as our signature Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and much more. With the dawn of the Switch 2's launch upon the horizon, make sure to join our community gatherings as we share, experience, and engage in wonderful games alongside a welcoming community environment. Remember, every Saturday, 2 p.m. onwards, right here at Mentari Bandar Sunway. Talking about that though, GameCube is finally on a virtual console. Yippee! My god, people have been asking for this since the Wii.
Soul Calibur 2, Link, playable, Switch 2.
Paper Mario. Wait.
The Soul Calibur 2 community might just pop up back into the relative mainstream again.
And it's gonna be because of Nintendo. It's crazy, right? Nintendo. Also, F-Zero. So
F-Zero.
Pokemon Stadium.
Pokemon Stadium.
Yeah,
Pokemon Stadium is not
every
here,
game.
okay? It's Pokemon Colosseum.
Oh
dummy.
yeah.
We're just listing every GameCube game we know. At
All right,
this
so
point,
the
which
first 4 that will come on launch, you have to buy the expansion pack.
Hold up. Melee?
Melee.
Melee.
This freaking bird talking melee. But yes, you have to buy the extra expansion pack to have access to N64, Sega Genesis, as well as the new GameCube. Only exclusive to Switch 2. GameCube is exclusive to Switch 2. An extra, I don't remember how much, $20, $30. Yeah. But GameCube games coming with on launch Wind Waker, F-Zero GX, Soul Calibur 2, as well as one more, which is what again? Yeah, but the confirmed games that will come down the pipeline, there were Fire Emblem Path of Radiance, Paper Mario, there was Pokemon Colosseum, Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. There's quite a lot. I don't remember if Eternal Darkness was there, but either way, there's tons of games coming soon. Mario Strikers being one of them. Either way, it makes accessibility for classic games from the GameCube era easy. Okay. All right. Talking about that, we'll just go through some of the first party titles. Donkey Kong Bonanza, the first 3D Donkey Kong game in over 20 years. I think the way they reworked the world exploration is dang good, but it looks so similar in terms of like the DNA is Mario Odyssey.
Definitely. Dude, they made DK so fucking expressive. It's crazy.
Too expressive.
They just made him Hulk, man. Have you seen the Hulk games?
Like, just straight up.
No, someone said it better. Taste it, Wreck-It Ralph.
Oh, Wreck-It Ralph. Okay.
So, Donkey Kong Bonanza has been shown off quite a bit in the Nintendo Treehouse segments. You can destroy everything in every area, and only by choice you reset the world back. But the thing is, everything is destroyable. Everything has a property. For example, mud versus rock is completely different density. They actually put that in. There's a lot of hidden collectibles in a 3D space from verticality and horizontally, but it's all in a diorama setting where it's a box. There is a limit to this world, but it's dang cool. Imagine, right? Normal puzzles be like, oh, this is a gate. You need to find a puzzle. You need to open this gate. Screw that. Break the goddamn side of the gate. Through that.
Just break under the gate. Who cares?
They got Breath of the Wild devs on this. Sounds like that.
What? Devil the Wild? What?
No. Hey, think about it, right? Bonanza is very much like physics-based Donkey Kong, right? And you know, Zelda had that evolution a while ago in Breath of the Wild. So maybe it is a hint for like the future direction of like maybe
Physics-based game?
the next Nintendo games, right? Because it does allow for a lot of creativity, right?
Yeah.
Donkey Kong, Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
The way Nintendo is exploring physics/systems based design is definitely due to like the power of the newer consoles. Nobody thought of these things, and then Nintendo's like, we have power, why not try this? Again, it does low-key buff the frame rate a little bit sometimes because the damage destruction is crazy.
As much as I'm a #1 Nintendo hater, I appreciate that they're still experimenting to this day. Number one Nintendo hater. I really hate Nintendo.
Like,
Why is he here?
now I'm number one Nintendo fan.
Also, wait. By the way, the Donkey Kong Bonanza, I've also heard rumors that, well, not rumors, but like people have been noticing the frame rates are actually not so good on the Donkey Kong right now.
Yes.
Right?
So currently, Donkey Kong Bonanza's destruction is very dense in like particles, which is why it tanks it a bit, which I understand.
Mm-hmm.
I do wish they didn't tank it so much. They could lessen it a bit, but Nintendo,
It's still a waste. They're gonna release on July, so they still have time to optimize it.
Oh no.
it's not that long, bro.
Yeah.
Is there any other games y'all want to talk about in the meantime?
While we're still in Blackout, I do interested on how Tears of the Kingdom in HD works, because for myself as an artist and a game dev, I really want to see the full capability of the Tears of the Kingdom world, because all the art direction and stuff, it looks like mysterious for me to look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually do agree. But my concerns are slightly different. I was hoping to see more information on the Switch 1 version of the game running on the Switch 2.
Like
Right.
the pure. Just
Yeah.
pure
Imagine
upgrade.
if you didn't upgrade to the Switch 2 edition, right? And you just ran the Switch 1 cartridge on the Switch 2. First off, is it even possible?
Yes.
Switch 1, they said, Switch 1 games, right? They said selected games are compatible with the Switch 2. But the wording here, it's the thing that got me confused is they said selected. Obviously, Nintendo first-party games are probably going to be fine, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, I do want to know, like, how does that impact the performance of the existing Switch game, right? Like, I want to put my existing Switch cartridge into the Switch 2. What happens compared to the Switch 2 edition, right? I don't
Yep,
want to
yep.
upgrade, for example.
So currently, the main thing we know is most of them still get a slight performance upgrade, but a lot of the performance compromises back in the Switch 1 era were designed in, like 30 frames per second locked in, and then like stuff like that, resolution. Some of the developers will have to program a little bit just to open that up. Nintendo games seems to be, a lot of them are confirmed to be directly adaptable, so.
Hopefully they do something what Xbox did, where whenever we try to put any Switch 1 game to the Switch 2, it will do automatic switch, like automatic frame boost without any patching at all. Hopefully.
To be fair, Microsoft was trying their best.
The way you were, the way you just, the way you looked inside, like it was.
Again, that's the main selling point of Xbox, and what else?
They're trying their best, and I quote
Yeah.
from you.
They're not selling a console, they're selling Game Pass.
But then
Alright.
again, I like the frame boost basically. Yeah. The reason why I bought Xbox Series S
Yeah,
for
it's
myself
the reason why you're the only one that bought the series.
it's because I just need to play Xbox 360 games in
You're
60
just trying to
frames.
play Exotic Unleashed, man.
I was about to say. It was one of the only ways we could play a song Unleashed in a good frame rate.
We don't have
so,
to
yeah.
talk about, whatever comes after that, but,
Moving on.
All right, let me just run through a lot of the games from third parties as well. Now, surprisingly, first party games for now we only seen like the first half a year. Yes, we have. What was that reference again?
Joke song.
Six song.
Okay, true. Okay, that is correct. Silksong is probably one of the most anticipated indie games now coming confirmed out in Switch 2. Remember, Rhythm Heaven was announced as well. Tomodachi Life, remember those? Those will probably not get a Nintendo Switch 2 edition, but they will be compatible with the Switch 2. They have Puyo Puyo Tetris, Arc Ridge Racer, Nobunaga's Ambition, which I'm surprised, Hitman World of Assassination, Sid Meier's Civilization 7, Rune Factory, Hogwarts Legacy, Survival Kiss, the sad game that crashed the goddamn stream. Dang. Yakuza Zero.
They cucked under the gungeon too, man. This is so sad.
Also, they kind of they cucked it a little bit. Cyberpunk 2077. Yeah. There's also, Daemon X Machina, pretty interesting. Borderlands 4, which I don't know why it's here. Cool. We got mouse controls now.
Okay.
2 Point Museum, good. Star Wars Outlaws. But the big hitter, the Dust Bloods.
Miyazaki,
If you-
little... You just made Bloodborne too? I swear it is. I swear it is, man.
I'm not too familiar with the Bloodborne scene right now.
Okay.
but-
Look, all I'm saying is that it does kind of look like it. It's legally distinct.
The DNA is there.
Distinct blood.
Did you
Yeah.
play Bloodborne?
I play a little bit. I actually plan to play on... I do have a PS4 at home. I do plan to play eventually. But I've been sort of like... It's one of the Souls games I'm most interested in because it's more aggressive, right? And like...
Aggressive? Heat?
Yeah, it's compared to its Souls game counterparts. I usually play like the the ones that are not exactly Souls games. So I played Sekiro, right, for example. I also played Lies of P. So it's all leaning towards that angle. And Dust Bloods does look to be sort of similar in theme, besides the whole PvPvE thing,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. Go ahead. Anyone else?
Yeah.
Hades 2.
Do you have something to say about Hades 2?
I mean, look, man, it's on PC.
As an early access.
But it's nice to know it's on Switch as well. Hades 1 was also on Switch, so it's good to know that like Hades 2 is continuing the tradition. And you know, Supergiant Games are a treasure. They do not put their workers through crunch. They're very, very nice people. I just hope more developers will be like them and are still able to create quality games in a reasonable time frame, I feel actually.
Yep.
Talking about that one, the last one we have to mention is Split Fiction coming on launch. You can play that with your partner, friend, family, whoever. It's a fun game. It's a fun game.
Yeah, I definitely play Split Fiction with like my partner. Yeah.
Do you need a friend? Because
do you want-
the Split
do you want
Fiction
us-
Discord lets you pair up with partners. You can just text the Discord and they'll get you someone you can play with. Sorry,
And
I saw it
we
one
can
time. I
even
just had to
share
make
it.
the joke.
Yeah, share the games. Like we buy one, and after that we can play like as long as we are in the same family Nintendo group, we can literally share it.
Oh, for real? I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
pretty
yeah,
good.
yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
pretty good.
All right, a quick little bit of a sponsor segment. Offstage community gatherings every Saturday, 2 p.m. onwards, right here at Mansion Display Systems and Printing Services. Make sure to join us next week and every week after. Next week is a bi-weeklies Smash Bros. Ultimate. Yippee! And last thing is thanks to Mansion, our venue, as well as Pixels Distribution for providing us these equipment again. Thank you very much. We wouldn't have gotten this high quality lights without you guys, man. God dang.
It's so bright here. Holy shit.
All right. Moving on to our final.
That's mine. That's my joke.
Moving on to our final part of today's episode. Nintendo still has questions to answer the community, the fans. Why are there so many issues on information and pricing and pre-orders?
All right. Is
Hi.
it time to finally mention the big ass elephant that's kind of fitting this
Which
room?
one? The $80 game?
K. has been sitting with us here for a really long time, man.
All right, dude.
You go ahead.
All right. $80.
So
I knew
$80 is probably more than 300 ringgit for most of us.
Malaysia
My
ringgit.
guy.
Yeah.
I can barely buy food. At least.
You know what that means? Just get a job, Lamo.
Hey,
She's still in college. She's still in college.
Joking.
Haha,
There's
JK.
a lot of money.
All right, so here's some context for people who are first time understanding this. Again, Nintendo did not put the price in the direct for the console and the games. Now, Mario Kart World is their head frontliner title of the Switch 2, just like Breath of the Wild. The problem is Breath of the Wild was $60. Even $70 games on the PS5 was egregious. People were raging about it, but $20 more than a standard. $80 for a racing game? Nintendo, you gotta question yourselves a bit, but and answer the questions next week.
Yeah, because $80 even for myself, I can okay. If I get the bundle,
good, right?
Yeah.
It can't be that good.
like if you
For
buy the
$80.
Switch 2 bundle, it's worth it because if you buy Switch and together with Mario Kart bundle, it's actually priced $50 US.
Oh.
Yeah. But if you buy it separately, let's say, hey, tomorrow I buy Switch, then the next day I buy, maybe 3 months later I want to buy Mario Kart World, and you're gonna pay $80. So then maybe there's a bit of like plan how Nintendo wants to sell their games. But again, $80 for a game, even for me as a working person, it's way
I'm
too.
sure. Hey, look, it's Nintendo games. I'm sure they're fun, but there's no way we're spending $80 on a game. I mean, we could buy just like one game at this, right? Just
Yeah.
one game.
They need to convince. Like, okay, we have different kinds of like people playing this, like working group, college people, like students. Nintendo, the upcoming Nintendo Direct, which is Mario Kart World, has to do a good job convincing us why this is worth of $80 games.
I just hope the rest of the gaming industry doesn't follow with Nintendo with this.
Oh yeah, bad news for you.
no.
PlayStation.
What?
Okay, it's already happening a bit.
Oh,
PlayStation.
God, fucking
This
kill
one I
me
think it's
now.
already
Kill
announced
me.
in the first segment. The PlayStation subscription for Southeast Asia is gonna up by 20% starting from April 16.
What a good day to be in Japan, huh?
So we can see a bit of effect starting to like
You
compound.
want my opinion?
Yeah. What's this?
Lord Gaben, Lord Gaben. That said, just let me give people some preface, okay? There are so much discourse and misinformation because of Nintendo's. Like, they want to keep us excited for the console and the games, sure. But why is every information scattered across the internet, waiting for people to piece together like a scavenger hunt? And people are raging because you guys, they are theorizing, tinfoil hatting, doom posting and everything.
Doom posting.
No.
Okay.
They just
Alright, so for example, when people are conversing about the prices in EU, the European region is actually £90.
Yeah.
£90, people misuse the dollar sign and people are like, $90? $90?
US dollar.
Most people are fine with the console price, which is $450,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
$499 for the console bundle. But the game's going to $80. I'm pretty sure most of us understand inflation, understand the economics of why it is, but they do not accept it. We do not want this much of a hike. $10? Still swallowable, but $20.
That
What
one.
a good day to use Steam.
And
today.
especially when term tariffs are kicking in. So
I think it's just that the timing of it is just really unfortunate, right? Because
yeah.
it only took 5 years to go from $70 to 80, right? And
5
for
years.
going to 60 to 70, it took a long time, right? And then PlayStation was the first one to bite the bullet. So, they became the bad guy first. And then Nintendo was like, huh? What's being bad? We just want to pay our developers, man. Respect in that sense, But we're cheap. We're Asians. We're cheap as heck.
True. And there's also like the pre-order issue with the terrorists causing everybody who wanted to pre-order like in April to not being able to pre-order right now. Now, in Japan, you can already pre-order. I believe in some other regions you can already as well. Some people are like pre-ordering the EU version just because, right? Also, the funniest thing is Japan has two versions. Japan is the region lock version for a cheap price. It's about 350 USD equivalent. And they sell an extra international edition, which is pretty much 450 equivalent. Just to disengage the scalpers. Again, they won't give a shit. You're gonna be forced to buy a $600 console soon. But goddamn it, Japan, thank you for keeping your countrymen safe. But goddamn it, we are suffering for it.
Nothing much to say about the
Learn
prices.
Japan.
It's just, I'm going to Japan.
Learn Japan, yo.
At least they're giving support to our country at the very least, right? Guys, we
Yeah.
finally got a Nintendo shop here. We're not that far gone.
So talking about that, Nintendo SEA is supposedly getting integrated among like Thailand, Vietnam as well as Malaysia, Singapore. Previously, most of SEA was Microsoft distributor handled, right? So now Nintendo is slowly dipping back in officially. So they might be handling distributions and the online servicing as a whole. We might have our own eShop soon with our own prices. I can't believe it. That said, I pray it's not over 300 ringgit, please.
It's over 300. It's
We have to
over.
wait. Then. We really have to wait.
So
Yeah.
We also don't have the official pricing for our region for a console price. Currently, we're estimated around 2,000 ringgit. Sorry, if it was 200 ringgit, everybody will be buying it, right? If it was 2,000 ringgit, which is a significant jump from the Switch 1's initial price of about 1,200 ringgit. That said, Switch 1, when it came out, everybody was scalping that shit so hard, it became 2,000 anyway, so I guess it's the same.
It's the same until the scalping situation happens, and then the Switch 2 is now 3K.
Woo! Play on PlayStation Pro instead! Woo!
Yippee!
But yeah, if SEA Nintendo gets integrated into Malaysia, do you guys have any hopes or like any particular like we don't want this to happen or like whatever?
I don't know, man. They can do whatever the heck they want, man.
what the question was?
I just
do
hope.
you think Nintendo like coming to see does anything for us, or like does it impact us in any positive or negative way?
I'm just afraid that whatever events they are going to do, anything Nintendo related, they're gonna come and find us. I'm just afraid.
Nintendo, come on, Nintendo.
After
like-
pirating a Kirby game.
I don't know if we're gonna gain their favor at this rate, man. I'm gonna be honest.
We're getting cancelled. I can't believe it.
We have to be.
Well, all I'm saying is we're fine working, but like we have our own grievances as well. I'm just hoping that like Nintendo leaves a pretty good impression here, because I do feel like you have to deal with the economics of Southeast Asian countries just not being very
Not as
nice on
great.
the buying power of civilians around here,
Yep.
right? That's all I think.
I pretend I know the economy here. I pretend I know.
I'm using big words to sound smart, alright?
All right, one final discussion point. What games that are not announced for Switch 2 that you want for Switch 2?
Oh, that is a
I think the new Mario though. It's been a
Ah,
long
yeah,
time
the new
since.
Mario,
It's
that's
been a long
true.
time since Mario Odyssey.
It's not been that long since Mario Wonder.
Yeah, but still need a 3D one, by the way.
I like if the Switch 2 can become like a pseudo Steam Deck with the amount of indies that drop on it, then that's my hope, right? That's my unannounced games hope for the Switch 2. Because like I will
Do you
be
have a
deciding
Steam
between-
Deck, by the way?
No, I don't. But I've been considering it because it's basically a portable indie machine, and like
True.
for me that's like a big deal. I get to play Hades on the go. I get to play like I don't know, 10 different roguelikes on the go. Yeah, there's
You
a
die
lot
in one roguelike, you switch to another roguelike on the same device.
You're right. I mean, I could play in the toilet, dude. That's crazy.
Nani? Skibidi? No.
I mean, I didn't mean it like that, man. Jeez, why you gotta be so cringe?
My hopes is obviously, well, what else is there, man? Zelda should have a game in 2 years. Smash needs a game announcement in the next 2 years.
Yeah, I
Splatoon
guess-
4 in the next 2 years. There's a lot of games. We got Rhythm of Heaven finally. We got Tomodachi Life finally, but
Xenoblade 4. Holy shit. Xenoblade 4.
Xenoblade X2.
X2. No, please connect the story to Xenoblade 4 though.
Kingdom Hearts 4? That's crazy.
Oh yeah, I wish they re-release Kingdom Hearts Remix on Switch. Screw the digital fucking cloud edition, bro.
y'all like cloud streaming? Y'all like
No.
unstable internet connections?
Not with our.
Y'all like playing the Cavern of Remembrance in KH2, fighting the super bosses, and then suddenly your internet lags, and then you get hit by the worst DM of all time.
Though, like a lot of games were cloud-only versions on Nintendo Switch 1, which I hope those
yep.
games get like a repackage on the Switch 2 at least.
I guess the only game I could really hope for is just a new Smash game, because like we're a fucking Smash community as well, right?
Yeah.
That's like the only hope I have.
You're so right. You're so right. It hurts.
Nintendo Switch 2. Smash
Yes.
Ultimate Nintendo Switch 2.
I cannot mention this.
All right,
Give me
next
a
game,
Smash.
King K. Rool doesn't exist.
No!
It's okay. You still have you'll probably have like a random other heavyweight that will show up and join the roster, And then there'll be like a DLC at the end of the season. There'll be the best character in the game, and we're gonna hate the game for the next 10 years again.
I love Smash, bro.
Oh yeah, one more extra note in the last 2 weeks. The Zelda movie has a release window. But it was
Oh.
announced on Nintendo
Oh.
today and a mobile app exclusively, not in Malaysia.
I really hope the Zelda movie releases again with a live action Disney movie, so you can just absolutely shred Disney.
Actually, I
again,
believe
because it
something funny
happened twice
happened,
in a row.
which is Sonic 4's expected release window is actually the same as the Zelda
Zelda?
movie.
Eh,
I
no
believe
way.
it's clashing with something. I don't remember with what, but like it's crazy. I don't even know if it's Minecraft 2 or what.
Minecraft 2.
Chicken Jock.
Another Minecraft
It
movie.
probably doesn't matter for us. We're probably watching both.
That's true.
Because
bro.
India, we
I
just
love video games.
we just watch it for fun. Yeah, there's no need to compete. That's up to market to compete, not us.
Yeah,
We just-
absolutely. But fuck Disney.
Wait, what? No.
Hey, kick him out, kick him out.
This guy's gotta go, man. He said he hates Nintendo.
No, he said he hates Disney.
He hates both of them.
Hey, wait, really?
I mean, he is a Nintendo hater.
I hate everyone.
You hate them.
Hey.
Hey, you saved yourself by making everything.
Hell yeah, I fucking
All right, so at least that I think I'm pretty sure that concludes today's major topic of the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct. Most of us are excited for the new console. There's a lot of controversy right now in terms of like Twitter is very annoying as per usual. But everybody needs to calm the hell down and read. Can you read, please?
Dude, I play gacha games. I'm illiterate as hell. Trust me.
A button, A button, A button.
I can't even read. Bro.
Yeah, I just can't wait.
Sorry. I'm not just a gacha player. I'm a gacha player, and I also play Pit.
Say what? Oh my god, okay. You just want to go there. By Pit. Pit from Kid Icarus.
Doesn't know how to read.
Doesn't know how
Headline.
Dude, I'm gonna end this. I'm gonna end this discussion the same way I started the new segment. I can't read. Wait, no, I may be dumb. Sorry.
You proved your point.
Alright, again, thank you everybody for watching this episode of Option Select on Air episode 3. We gotta thank our fellow podcast hosts here with Roars, Zebra Boy, and Cam Ping right here. I can't believe we finished.
He's there too.
Shout out to my man PR69 Potato Lie. You
Come
over
here,
there,
come here.
Over there on the look at this guy right here. Any parting words for the crowd?
But yeah, again, thank you everybody for watching. Again, we'll do this on Twitch. Probably the next episode is in May, either the first or the second week, I think. But by that point, the direct, most of the information is still gonna be cooking. We're gonna be making as much content as we can. We got events cooking up in the future. Hopefully you guys can join us for those. Again, the Smash Bros community here. We don't play just Smash. We had Marvels, just not Marvel Rivals, okay? Marvels versus Capcom 3 Ultimate, I believe, right? No one plays Marvel
Ultimate Marvel versus Capcom 3.
Who wants to play Ring Fit with me?
Dragon Ball.
Team Marvel on my Capcom until I rival.
God damn it, man.
Yeah, alright. So that's pretty much it for this episode. My name is Solo Snivy. I have been your host and production team. Thank you, Kenneth, again.
Bro, he is soloing this with Kenneth together. You know, they're putting on a good show for us. You know, give some claps. give some virtual claps for them.
I can actually hear the claps in the fact. It's pretty funny. But yeah, thank you everybody. Again, thanks to Mansion and this Pixel Distribution. Make sure to check them out. Offstage Malaysia, Option Select on Air. Signing out. Bye bye.
Let's go. Bye.
Man.